Hey, welcome to another episode of Men on Scandal, our weekly show where we recap the latest episode. This episode being called Everything's-coming-up-mellie. I'm Tony Scott, and that is Marc-Clarke, and that is Troy Johnson. And where do we start, man? Fitz, I've come to this conclusion. I may have mentioned this before, but Fitz is clearly Olivia Pope's crack.
Yes.
I mean,
keep saying this. It's true.
The phone rings, and she gets this look on her face like, if I don't answer the phone, the world is going to end.
Yeah. When you walk out of your house, like, I see the phone ringing, but I'm leaving. She ran back in there like, oh, let me get this phone.
Yeah. Well, she dug it out the garbage can. What was it, a couple weeks ago? Like it was a drug. I mean, I feel bad for her because nobody should have it that bad for somebody unless you're married to them. I mean, clearly she's not married to him.
Not yet.
Clearly she's not married because she wouldn't be acting that way.
That's just wrong. That's just wrong. Your
I'm
wife
playing.
Does your wife watch, man? Because she's going to get you for that one. So hey,
everyone knows. Everyone knows I'm hooked on Allison. So
yeah, she's your drug. She's your crack.
It's sad, but
yes.
Now, so Mark, you're saying that if the phone was on the counter and you were walking out, I ain't answering this phone. Would you run back in the house and get the phone?
No, but I still love my wife.
Well, I heard that.
But see, that's the president. That's the president phone, though.
Yeah, that's the president. And Fitz told Olivia to stay away from Jake. Now, did he tell her that for selfish reasons, or did he tell her that because Jake is just in too much danger?
Danger, Will Robinson, danger. I think they're so schizophrenic that they can turn it on and off. And I think in this particular situation, Fitz was counseling her because he knows there's something going on. He knows there's something to be concerned about, and the fact that Olivia and Jake are canoodling,
yes,
didn't have anything to do with the advice that he was giving her this time.
Right. So the connection has not been made yet by Fitz that Eli Pope is Rowan, as he knows him, is Olivia's father. He doesn't know that. I did not realize that until last night.
Right, I didn't either.
How could he not know that? He has all this access to intel. I mean,
somebody's slipping in the State Department or something.
I mean, how could he not know that Rowan is Olivia Pope's father?
Well, Olivia said, there are a lot of things that you don't know about me. Well, yeah, I see.
Yeah,
I don't know who your damn daddy is.
Right. And Tony, you're getting ready to say what you always say, the president of the free world. But man, there's levels to this, son. There's levels to this.
That's why I quit saying that, because clearly he may be the president of the free world, but clearly he's not the leader of the free world. Right. And there's a huge difference. It's becoming more and more evident that B613 is where it's at.
But you know what? Let me interrupt. Let me do a fashion interruption here. But you know who's the leader of the fashion?
Who?
Olivia Pope and that damn coat.
Yeah.
See that coat with the white lapels and the white cuffs?
Everybody's talking about the coat.
Now, here's a problem with the Olivia Pope style for people who are watching. That damn coat costs a house or a car. So the women are saving to get it.
Yeah.
But you can only wear it like twice a year.
Yeah, that's true.
So for all the ladies who are thinking about getting it, don't do it, girl, because it's too recognizable. It's like, did she wear that damn coat again? You got. So let me appreciate the coat, but don't try to get it, girls.
Let me say something too about the coat. I say don't get it because I don't think it worked.
No.
I'm kind of with you, Troy.
That coat was bad, man. That coat.
I feel you though.
Tony, when she came out of the room, I thought she was wearing a bathrobe.
I did think that too at first. When
I heard the heels clicking, I was like, "Oh, that's a coat."
But that coat kind of pisses all over the Kardashian line at Sears, doesn't it? I mean, it just kind of, that's a bad coat though. But I think Mark, you're right, and Troy, you're right too. It did look like a house coat.
Can you put any more clothes?
I thought you were in the Navy.
Can you put any more clothes on her?
No.
She wears pants every week. She's always got a coat on. She wears gloves.
But that's all the women talk about. The female gladiators always talk about her wardrobe, man. She's bad, man.
Okay.
She's bad. She's bad. She could probably have 2 more people on her staff if she just would shop at a mall and not get her clothes custom made. What they call it, couture.
She's doing couture, man.
Yeah. So Olivia Pope Associates' newest client is Mama Pope. She's made that clear. She put her picture up, and she's made it clear, which kind of surprised some of the staff members because they thought that Mama Pope went down on the plane. But then they did some investigating. 330 people on the plane, but only 329 people on the manifest. As we find out later, we know why, but boy, that manifest always tells the truth, man. You can't never go wrong with the manifest.
Ooh, some twists and turns this week.
Oh, man.
We haven't we haven't scratched the surface. I understand. We when we do this show, we go through all the steps of the show, but whoa!
Yeah, we got to
talk about coming up. Don't
get to it.
Get to the last 20 minutes, man. Well, here we go. Military service, Fitz says in the flashback, is off limits as far as him running for governor of California. He didn't want to run on his military service, and I wondered why. He served his country proudly and all that, but now we know why. It's because he was given the order. He was given the order to shoot that plane down. And Mellie was shocked by that. But I will say this, man. You guys in the D.C. area got RG3. Well, I'm talking about FG2. Fitz's father, FG2. Boy, that dude right there is a bully. Oh, he's a horrible man.
Now, the thing is, Troy, I thought about you always accusing me of being the conspiracy guy.
Yes.
But let me tell you something. Our girl is a conspiracy girl who writes this.
Oh, Shonda?
Because, yes, it's like, this is like, wow. Like, and the thing that I think is compelling is it's not really unbelievable. I mean, the fact that before Daddy did what he did, his point of view saying, look, son, my son doesn't need to go in the service, blah, 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 blah. I think it was really insight into how the whole thing does work, though, Yeah. He basically saying, I can get you here, but the son had the,
I set this up for you.
Exactly. The son had the idealized view that most of us have. Now, we're not wealthy, but you know what I'm saying? On how, I want to serve my country. Man, please, this is how you do it. But instead of going left, he went right. And then we saw what happened.
But he did that because, he wasn't feeling his dad long before any of this happened.
Well, it's because he knew his dad cheated on his mom.
Yeah.
He knew what happened. And that's every son's going to hate his father for that.
Well, when your dad says, I own you and I made you.
Yeah,
plus, I was screwing around on your mom.
But I still own you.
Yeah.
Well, my dad said the opposite. I don't own you. I don't know you. Just want to add that.
Troy, we got to get him help on that issue, man. We got to get him help.
It's a therapy session up in here for you.
So let's move a little forward, man. Charlie is laying that trap for Quinn, man. He is laying that trap for her. Yes.
Hey, man, Tony, hold up, Tony.
Yeah.
What? You gonna come back to the big?
Yeah, I'm gonna come back. I'm just going in the order of the show, so I'm gonna come back. But I was like, Charlie's laying that trap. He pushed against the wall and planted those lips on her.
Yeah.
And now her head is spinning.
Is that what you're looking for? I wonder if anybody's going to use that this weekend. Just throw a woman up against a wall. Yeah. That's what you're looking for. Hey, call me tomorrow. Some more shooting.
Yeah.
You know what? She loses points because Charlie does not have enough swag to be pulling that game out.
Oh, that's true.
Quinn is a cornball, man. Come on. He does not have enough swag. You gotta be, well, she's gotta have a lot of, something, but he don't have it.
Well, clearly she's vulnerable, man. The last romantic relationship she had ended with a knife in the guy's neck. Remember that?
Oh,
yes.
And then she got close to Huck. Now, I don't know if necessarily if it was romantic. Maybe it would have led to that. But then he shut her down.
Yeah.
So he probably caught her at the right time, But we'll come back to that. But I do have a new rule, man. Cyrus can no longer be in any more flashbacks.
Yes, Tony. You wanna go with this flashback? You got something for me?
I'm just saying, man. Unabomber called. He wants his steez back, man. What was that, man? Cyrus, you can't be in any more flashbacks, man. That's the last one.
I thought Cyrus looked like a ruffled up Sting, like on a bender. Like when I'm talking about the Sting that went away, hadn't made an album for a few years.
Yeah,
that came back.
Yeah,
yes.
Trudy threw him out the house and everything. Get out.
I thought actually Cyrus. I believed it though. I was like, you know what? Cyrus did look younger, but then I thought Fitz and Mellie looked the same.
Yes.
So it was like the flashback was all. They put the flashback all on Cyrus.
Yeah, they did put it all on Cyrus. I mean, Mellie's hair was different, and she had the muted lipstick. The kind of the same. She was kind of rocking that. Fitz, you can't roll him back. He just looks timeless all the time.
They didn't have any more afros in the costume part. They decided to give it a pass. They used all the afros already on the show. In the flashbacks.
Shonda has a connection with the Soul Train Music Awards makeup artist, but not with the
not with the American Music Awards, man. No, not with the Grammys.
Not with the American Country Awards. They were on last
man. Well, let's go back to the FG2.
Yeah.
He told Mellie in the flashback that Fitz shot down the plane.
Yeah.
Right? And he's still sipping whatever he was drinking. And you knew it was when he says, "Man, you're a beautiful woman." I said, "Oh, hell no." Here we
I didn't
go.
think it was going that far, though.
Oh, man. I was like, oh, no. The man raped his daughter-in-law.
Oh, man.
Pineapples.
What?
That doesn't work?
What? Oh, no.
Wasn't that the safe word?
Oh, was it a safe word? Man.
I thought I would try it. Oh,
well,
Ooh, man.
Man. Go ahead, Mark.
No, I thought, wow, rape pretty much kills all the jokes. But,
man, because rape's not funny. But why didn't she fought back and then she just stopped? She stopped fighting back. And I know she didn't stop because she liked it. Obviously, she didn't do that. But why did she stop?
Okay, Tony. See, why would you have to say that, Troy?
Did she stop, do you think?
She was fighting them off, and then she just kind of laid there with this look on her face like, I can't believe this is happening.
I think she was in shock.
Yeah.
She was in shock. She certainly didn't know that was going to happen. And
yeah, you can't imagine. You can't imagine that happening.
Yeah.
Like, what? And it's interesting. I think that story turn, that's kind of risky, I think, for the series, because how can she's a victim now, a real victim, not a victim of her ambition, but a victim.
She's not a victim of her husband's infidelity. She's now a victim of rape.
Right, yeah. and it kind of like I was like, well, then to me it colors everybody differently. Like, so then Fitz looks selfish, and Olivia looks like selfish, and she looks like the person who made him president and was fighting for that, like his soldier.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, what's going on? How can I hate on Mellie now?
And the thing is that I wonder down the road, are we going to find out that Fitz finds out that his father raped his wife, and maybe that's yet another layer of the hatred he has for his dad.
Imagine what would have happened if, here we are rewriting the show, but imagine if he knew that before his father died, then it probably would have been that situation. And I was like, well, why? That's what I was probably trying to think to myself. Why wouldn't she tell him? There's too much riding on this. She wanted to get. She was going to get something out of this. She wanted to get to the White House. She wanted Fitz to be president. And all the trappings, because he wasn't interested in any of that stuff. So if she laid that bombshell on him, everything, they were going to be living on the beach somewhere, because he would have been done with the whole political thing.
So you think
she kind of took it for the team then?
She took one for the team.
Wow.
Man.
That's a hell of a take right there, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man.
It is.
It's shaking up men on Scandal.
I mean, it did. Because we all. Troy don't have any daughters, but we have daughters, and it's like, but that doesn't make Troy any less. Of course, obviously, he thinks rape is a horrible thing.
I do, Tony.
Yes. Yeah.
Let's move forward before we get banned. Let's go.
So Mellie makes her way upstairs. Fitz is in bed. And she wants to take a shower, and he says, "Come here." She goes, "I'd rather take a shower first." He goes, "No, come here." So she's laying there in her husband's arms with her father-in-law all over her.
Mm.
Woo! Awkward. Oh man, the look on her face told the whole story, man. That's when I really, really felt bad for Mellie, man.
Yeah. And then Fitz was having a moment with her.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I wish my father was on my side. And my father doesn't believe in me. I wish my father was on my side. And she was thinking, yeah, he was on your side.
He believes in me. No, really.
The bed.
He was on your side of the bed. Oh, man. So we come back to current time. And apparently during the whole episode, what's being woven into the storyline last night was the camera crew following Mellie around.
Yes. And
she tells Fitz, I'm here for you. I'm doing this for you. I'm taking all the heat for your affair. This is, and I'm doing this interview. Make yourself available. And he did. But then that interviewer, she put that question to Mellie, and Mellie was a deer in the headlights, man. She was stumped. She had nothing. So after some awkward, that was pretty awkward. That was a long, I don't know if it was like 5 seconds, but that would seem like it was like 10 minutes.
Yeah, she definitely was in the, that's never good with you.
But then Fitz shut down the interviewer and took it over. And then the interviewer tried to say, all due respect, Mr. President, the question was for her. Mm-hmm. You don't say that to the president.
Right, come on.
You don't say, man, I'll have you audited by the end of the day. What are you talking about? You don't say that to the president. But he shut her down.
Yes.
And he got Mellie out of there. And, you can really tell that even though everything that he's done to Mellie still loves that man.
Well, she said it in the Oval Office. She said, you don't have to love me, but you can be my friend.
Right.
She said, we're in this hell together.
Right.
And, I think, in light of all the things that we learned in the flashback, it's like, wow, I think it's kind of like that interviewer discounting what she brings to the table in this whole situation. Clearly, she has been, like Mark said earlier, she is the soldier.
Yeah.
Fitz. And it does make you kind of wonder, okay, what is going on? How did everything veer off to the point that, he's completely in love with another woman, mm-hmm. Just completely giving up on would give up his presidency, would give up all this stuff to be with somebody else when this chick is obviously.
She's ride or die, man. She's ride or die.
She'd do anything.
Anything. She even went, she went back and asked her husband's side piece, come back on the team.
Yes.
Whew. I was like, man, I feel bad for her. But let's
it is about Mellie. Damn.
Yeah, everything's coming up Mellie, man. Mellie is clearly, like Mark said, she clearly is a victim in so many ways.
Yeah.
But man. So let's go back to Quinn. Because Quinn, Charlie talked her into doing something. And he told her, take this. This is going to put the security guard to sleep. Then you can have access and get up to that floor you need to get whatever she was going to get. And but it wasn't something. It was something that she killed that security guard.
Yeah, he took a dirt nap after that one.
Oh man! She thought she was going to knock him out, and then she saw blood and whatever that white stuff was coming out of his mouth, and it was just God, look, wow! And then Charlie says, "You're welcome to B613."
Let's go back for a second though, in that moment where I hope people don't get in this situation, but that desperate moment, like, uh-oh, I just killed a man.
Yeah.
And so, ladies, if you're out killing, make sure you don't wear heels, because like, hey, I got the wrong shoes on.
Pro tip. Here's a pro tip for you, ladies. If you're going to kill somebody, don't wear heels.
It's a B16 tip. Wear the proper footwear when you're committing a homicide.
It's important. It's important. How is she going to get out of that mess? Because if she's now a member of B16, that means that Eli Pope owns her.
But that's how she's going to get out of it. She's going to kill. She killed somebody in a public place, in an office building. The first thing he showed her was the video. Like, look at you.
Look what you did.
So, this new iPad Air. Boy, look at the definition on this.
Man, I'm telling you.
That's, I don't know, man. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see how that all turns out.
B16 will sweep it under the rug.
Yeah, but, I mean, Huck's angry at her, but he still has, he cares about her. I don't know if he cares for her, like in a romantic way, but he cares about her. I don't think he wanted to see his worst enemy fall into the hands of B613.
Damn.
And we're talking about her killing a key part of Olivia's research into what happened to her mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is true. That is true.
There's repercussions with the gladiators.
Yeah, yeah. So is the vice president's husband gay?
Well,
it kind of seems that way, huh?
Just because he likes man candy don't mean you gay. Little nice conversation.
Yeah.
Pat on the back.
Yeah.
Hey.
He was chatting him up, wasn't he?
Yeah. He had no interest to the girl, did he? He had no interest in her. It was like, whatever.
He doesn't the word whore is tossed around liberally on this show, so apparently he doesn't like the online whores.
Yes. Clean yourself up.
Yes, clean yourself up.
He wants Cyrus's husband.
That was surprising.
Cyrus didn't care. Oh, look, I guess he likes a different flavor.
Well, if it's going to get the president reelected,
man,
then Cyrus is willing to take one for the team.
Man,
yes. Wow.
Find his husband sitting on some other man's chest.
Man, that is something else. Now let's get to Mama Pope. Mama Pope has been confined, been locked up.
Whew. Where's that bag you were talking about last week, Mark?
Yeah, hard time.
Man,
high fashion bag there. She was in Starlock 13. Jeez.
Man, that lets you know.
I always think it's interesting, like when people are in those kind of scenes, how all them damn chains and doors sliding, but they only really wake up when you get right in front of them. She was, when you pulled that little stool up, that's what woke her up. Like, yeah, I want to see my baby. You're like, damn, you didn't hear all that noise before?
How do you not? I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how this unfolds, because I'm just wondering, how do you get away with that? But of course, he is Rowan. He is command. He's the B in B613. He's. I mean, how do you do that to your child's mother, who's done nothing, as far as we know?
Yeah, that's interesting. I tell you what, this one was loaded. This one was loaded.
Yeah,
it's a whole bunch of question marks.
Man, he
have to be some showdowns coming up.
Oh yeah, but he pulls up the stool, and the first thing he says is, "Your daughter's been asking about you." Nothing. Good morning. Want some coffee? Anything? How'd you sleep? Did you go to Sleepy Land? Nothing. Your daughter's been asking for you.
Well, tell her I said what's up. You see, I'm in capacity. I'm in a jail. What do you want me to do?
And that was not just the regular jail. That was that jail.
That was that Guantanamo jail, man. Man.
Yeah, this is a head scratch. On so many levels. I hear I hear the hesitation in our voice. We don't know what to do.
We don't know what to do.
Yeah.
We don't know what to think.
Yeah. I think the rape made us less funny this week, but
I mean, that was horrible.
Yeah, that's kind of like, man, wow. I think it's kind of, but I think that's what makes this series so popular, because every week you don't know what you're going to get. Sometimes it's fun, sometimes, it's a fashion bonanza.
Yeah.
And this week it was kind of heavy.
It was heavy. So the last question is this: Is Fitz's father? Is Fitz's son his brother?
Mm.
Did Fitz's father the oldest child that Mellie and Fitz have? I mean, that's wow. That's
Daddy Fitz.
Oh man, Grandpa Dad.
He has Grandpa's eyes. Does he really? Does he? Maybe a little bit.
He's got Granddad's eyes, and he likes scotch. A little young for that, though.
And he's tall. He's really tall. He's tall.
Why does he have gray hair?
And he's only 14. I don't know what that. I don't know, man. I just man, that one got me. That rape, and then at the end, it's like it's very possible that man is Grandpa is dad.
Well, we've already seen one of those earlier in this series.
Refresh me.
A mom-daughter.
Oh yeah. That's. I don't know, man. You're right, Mark. This episode here, man. This was the roller coaster, I think, so far this season. In the last like 20 minutes. Because I mean, we're humming along here. I'm taking notes, and then and then that first bombshell, which one was the rape.
Yeah,
and then they went to the first commercial break after that. I'm still staring at the TV instead of writing notes. I was like,
yeah, my notes stopped after that. You're right. It was like Mellie raped by Fitz's dad. That was it. That pretty much stopped me.
And that's a shame because James got fired.
James did get fired. Yeah.
Get to talk about it. Who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things, yeah, who really gives a damn that he got fired? So,
You're right. Poor James.
Caught an L this week. Oh, well.
Well, I heard he's going to do some part-time work for the Black Eagle in D.C. For Joe Madison, man.
I saw Joe Madison the other day, yes. Hilarious.
I'd love to see those two together.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. That's where we are with this episode of Scandal. Everything's coming up, Mellie.
Yeah, but kind of melancholy today. But
I mean,
okay.
that rape really bothered me. And then on top of that, now we find out that Grandpa might be the boy's daddy. It's possible. That's blown in the wind. That really let the air out of my sails, man. I ain't gonna lie. It was kind of I don't know. I feel some kind of way about that, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Are you feeling able to recover? I
feel some kind of way. I'm thinking I might have to call in today and not go to work. I mean, it really bothered me, man.
That is a tough scene, and it threw a monkey wrench in the entire trajectory of this conversation about the show and what they were going to do. We're thinking, okay, it's going to be all about Olivia's mom.
Not yet. Not yet, man. It's about Fitz's dad and Mellie and yeah. I felt bad. I wanted to hug Mellie last night. I did.
I bet you did. Easy, mister.
Yeah. And I turned out to be the father of her second child. No, I can't do that.
Maybe Abby could give her a hug.
Hey, that's a pay-per-view event. Wait, and I stop that. Abby's going around hugging everybody now, hugging Kerry. I don't know, man. I don't know. Well, that's Men on Scandal. Everything's coming up, Mellie. You guys have anything else?
I think that's it.
I have to give a shout out to ABC2 in Baltimore. They are giving some love to Men on Scandal.
Yeah, they are giving some love to Men on Scandal.
We were on the list, which is a show that just kind of talks about things that are happening around town, and they talked about us. But they're doing a full-scale interview about Men on Scandal. So shout out to reporter Katrina Bush, who's shooting in behind the scenes right now, just kind of giving an idea of how we go through the process of doing this show. So thank you.
Yes.
ABC2 works for you.
There you go. And shout out to the TV stations here in St. Louis because they won't return my phone calls. So thank you very much.
And a shout out to my mama who's watching. Thank you.
Oh, there you go. Wherever there you go. Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. That's Men on Scandal. If you don't mind giving us a thumbs up, that'd be great. Subscribing makes it even better. Leave a comment. A lot of people are commenting on the YouTube feed, man, commenting about their conspiracies. And a lot of people seem to love our show. So I really appreciate that. You know, so share it if you must. And
you must.
You must. Yeah.
You must share.
We appreciate you guys watching. And we will see you next week with another episode of Men on Scandal. I'm Tony Scott. That's Marc-Clarke. And that is Troy Johnson.
Peace.